Widespread rain and large areas of damaging winds are impacting parts of central and eastern Australia today, likely to continue in the east over the weekend as well. Now, the driving force of this wet and windy weather is this cloud band and cold front you can see moving in from the west in our satellite imagery. The cloud band extends from northern parts of Western Australia through central and into South Australia, driving rain and strong winds ahead of it. The cold front itself is now moving into South Australia, attached to a low pressure system which is sitting to the south of the continent. Now, we've already seen fairly widespread rain through parts of the interior of Western Australia and through those central parts of Australia as well. Rainfall totals in excess of 20 millimetres have been seen across southern parts of the Northern Territory and through central and southern parts of South Australia as well. Wind gusts are also really starting to ramp up, particularly in the last 12 to 18 hours or so. We've seen fairly widespread wind gusts in the 65 to 90 kilometre an hour range, as you can see from the orange dots on this wind gust map here. But a few locations are already triggering into that severe weather warning threshold for damaging winds, i.e. they're gusting above 90 kilometres an hour. We've seen some notable wind gusts through central and southeastern parts, including 93 kilometres an hour for Alice Springs, 93 kilometres an hour down in Cleve on the Eyre Peninsula, and 94 kilometres an hour at Mount William in Victoria. Now, those damaging winds really are the key hazard of concern with this front as it continues to move east over the next few days. We've got severe weather warnings for damaging winds current for every state and territory of Australia, with the exception of the ACT, as you can see from our warnings map here. Now, I want to focus on the warnings through central parts of the country first of all. These winds are affecting the tri-state corner around Queensland, the Northern Territory and South Australia. Those are the strong northwesterly winds coming in ahead of the front. We're seeing some of those strong north to northwesterly winds through parts of East and South Australia as well, really picking up across the Flinders and Mount Lofty ranges to the east of Adelaide. Further west through South Australia and through those very far southeastern parts of Western Australia, that's more the west-southwesterly flow wrapping in behind that cold front. One way or another though, all of these warning areas are looking at the risk of damaging wind gusts continuing today, most likely easing later this evening. We could see the damaging winds lingering to the east of Adelaide into the early hours of tomorrow morning. Moving now to the east of the country, our warning areas do cover the elevated parts of Victoria. We also see a small area covered around Thredbo in southeast New South Wales, and our warning areas extend across much of eastern and southeastern Tasmania as well. Now, in these areas, we're starting to see the winds picking up, particularly through Victoria, but this is going to become even stronger as the day goes on and we move into Saturday. Particularly for Tasmania, those winds are really expected to ramp up early Saturday morning. Now, for eastern parts of Victoria and those eastern alpine areas of New South Wales, as the cool air moves in later today and we start to see some snow about the ranges, as it combines with the strong winds, there is in fact a blizzard risk for those parts of the country. So to recap some of the hazards that we may see with these damaging winds, of course, fallen trees and branches is a key concern. Where they fall over roads, they could create dangerous driving conditions. They could also cause damage to cars and property at this time. For those southeast alpine parts of the country, we may also see those blizzards from later this evening. Now let's take a quick look at how this system is going to play out today. We're going to see the cold front continuing to move eastwards, pushing the rain band through eastern parts of South Australia and further into western New South Wales and Victoria. Melbourne is likely to see the rain ramping up through this afternoon and going into this evening. Across southern parts of Queensland, we may also see thunderstorms through the course of today, potentially severe thunderstorms that could bring locally damaging winds or large hail to some of those central and southern inland parts of the state. As we move through into tomorrow, the cold front is going to continue moving east, starting to pick up those wind gusts through Tasmania and other parts of the east in particular. The rain will move towards the east coast, impacting southeast Queensland and northeast New South Wales. Behind the front, we've got more scattered showers moving up. Gusty winds will continue, small hail is a risk, and we'll see the snow level lowering across those southeastern states. This showery weather is expected to continue across the southeast throughout the rest of the weekend, even while the rain band moves off the east coast. Now, taking a look at our rainfall totals expected between midnight last night and the end of Sunday, you can see fairly broad scale moderate rainfall totals are expecting. Some areas may see some locally heavy falls, particularly about elevated parts of Victoria and through parts of Tasmania, but most areas are more looking at that widespread soaking rain with broad brush 15 to 30 millimetres expected through much of the south and the east. We may see some river level rises over the weekend across parts of Victoria and Tasmania in particular, and we may even see a flood watch issued for parts of Tasmania a little bit later on Friday. Now, this situation is dynamic as this frontal system moves across the country, so it is essential to stay on top of the forecasts and warnings via the Bureau's website, the BOM weather app, and via our social media. Have a great day, and we'll catch you next time.